one of my mentors, and really more of a mentor from afar, is a guy named John Maxwell. I consider him to be one of the foremost leadership experts in the world. He's written many books. He's sold millions of copies. So over the years, I've had an opportunity to meet with John Maxwell, I think maybe 3 times. So one time, I flew to Atlanta to have lunch. I was actually in his office, and they brought us lunch in, and I'm having lunch with him. And I just said, John, you've had such great success, tremendous success. What would you say has been the secret to your success? And he didn't even take a breath. He didn't hesitate. He said, listen, Scotty, the disciplines I incorporate in my daily routine determine my success. Let me say that again. The disciplines I incorporate in my daily routine determine my success. Man, he just nailed it. The daily disciplines you incorporate in your life will also determine your success. So I mentioned to you that I grew up playing sports, and I had 3 brothers. And so I lived in the time you didn't stay inside and hang out in the house because there was nothing to do. You know, we did have a TV. I think it had 2 or 3 channels. It was either the news or a soap opera during the day. And we didn't have video stuff. So, man, we hung out in the neighborhood and we played sports. And our neighborhood was full of boys. It seemed like it was an 8-to-1, ratio of boys over girls. My youngest brother, Casey, he was like the youngest in the neighborhood. And to be honest, he was a little uncoordinated. He wasn't that big. And so we picked on him a little bit. Just for full transparency, I definitely we would pick on him a little bit. He got tired of that, and he just started doing his own thing. And so we'd be off playing, and he'd be in the backyard, doing push-ups and doing sit-ups and doing chin-ups, and he'd be running. And, a year or 2 would go by, and then now he's got some dumbbells, so he's lifting weights. And then he got a little bit more money or something for Christmas. He had a bench press, and so he's back there benching weights and stuff. He's doing his own thing. So he started about 9 years old, year in and year out. After a couple years, I noticed he'd have his 3x5 card, and he'd be writing things on this little index card. And we're like, what is he doing? But we just would ignore him, make fun of him, and go on and do other things. And so he just kept doing that. And we noticed he kept getting a little bit bigger. But he never hung out with us. He just did his own thing. He really was a little bit of a loner. So fast forward a little bit. He started at 9. By the age of 19, he was recognized as one of the strongest teenagers in the world. He ended up getting a scholarship to be a power lifter where he became a 2-time All-American and won a national championship. That led him to a path on his career where he became a high school strength and conditioning coach. A few years ago, he was recognized by the NFL, the National Football League, as the high school strength and conditioning coach of the nation, the top in the nation. Listen, we all want great success. We want big success in our life. We want to have big success in our careers. We want big success in our marriage and our families. We all want that. But here's the thing that I learned from John Maxwell, and I also learned from my little brother, Casey. It's this: big is little, but little is big. We think it's that one big thing that sets us apart, this one big thing. If I'll just do this one thing, that will get me over the top. But that's just not the case. But the main thing is this: little is big. See, what John Maxwell knew and my brother Casey knew is doing the little things consistently over a long period of time that leads to big success in life. Living your life on a 3x5 is little is big. It's doing the little things consistently over a long period of time that leads to great success. Now, by the way, I don't pick on my little brother Casey anymore, I assure you of that.